Beef producers must select the proper needle for injections in their beef animals. The size and length are very important in reducing tissue damage and for the proper placement of medication. Most injections are being recommended to be given sub-Q or just under the skin. With these injections, a 1/2 to 3/4 inch length needle is all that is required. A needle that is longer than this will either be penetrating the muscle or maybe actually going through the skin and squirting the medication on the ground if we're using the tinning technique. For intramuscular injections, the needles need to be 1 inch to 1.5 inches. The actual length will vary depending on the size of the animal. A 500-pound calf, 1 inch long needle is probably adequate. A mature animal that weighs 1,000, 1,200 pounds, we do need to have 1.5 inch needle to give that intramuscular injection so that we do not have any leakage of the medication back out of the muscle. The diameter of the needle is also very important. We recommend using an 18 gauge needle for all injections. Any needle that is larger in diameter than that will be causing greater tissue damage. As can be seen from this picture where we're looking at a 14, 16, and 18 gauge needle, I think you can see that there is a lot of difference in the size. Of course, that's the number of the gauge of the needle goes up, the overall diameter is going down. So again, we need to be using as small a diameter needle as possible, but if we go with a smaller diameter than about an 18, we will end up bending a lot of needles, and that's something that we don't want to do. If you accidentally do bend a needle when working cattle, please discard that needle because that bending has caused a weakening of that needle structure, and the next time it's used it could break off in the animal, and of course that's something that we do not want to happen. Invariably we'll bend a needle once in a while, but if you're bending a lot of needles, it may be a sign that you need to take a much closer look at your beef cattle handling facilities. Movement of that animal is one of the #1 reasons that we bend needles. So if that animal is moving around too much in the chute, you're probably going to bend a lot of needles. So again, if you're bending a lot, you may need to make some modification in that handling facility so that you do not bend a lot of needles. Again, the proper length and the proper size of the needle is very important in the Beef Quality Assurance Program so that we are administering products properly, but also we're doing the minimal amount of tissue damage. Again, we want all injections to go sub-Q if at all possible, but again, be sure and follow label directions. If you'd like additional information on the selection of needles, please contact your local extension agent.